Здравейте, приятели! Гледате един по-специален епизод на Crossover, подкаста на Sesame Национална баскетболна лига. Аз съм Деян, виждате, че днес сме в онлайн връзка от 3 различни точки в България. Виждате и Любо, който може да ви поздрави с тази странна фанелка, с която е облечен.
Странна с, може би, един от най-слабите отбори в момента в NBA, но така или иначе ми се искаше да си я ползвам на някое наше предаване. По стечение обстоятелствата от домашни условия поне аз да е в днешния ден, така че наистина все пак важното е да се получи хубав интересен разговор и наистина Портланд, ясно е, че сме в друга фаза, но за NBA ще си говорим в някакви други предавания. Сега сме
на мен зад гърба ми продължава да е Сашо Везенков с националния отбор и няма какво повече да се бавим, освен да ви призовем да ни последвате във всички канали на лигата. Знаете, че сме във Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, навсякъде. Палец към банка, за да може да виждате първо актуалното съдържание, което правим всяка седмица, и второ да участвате в различните giveaway игри, които правим всяка седмица, и без повече да се бавим да ви представя, вие вече ги виждате, двете момчета. За първи път ще си говорим с международни играчи от Sesame Национална баскетболна лига, защото имаме отбор, който доминира от началото на сезона, и два момчета, които просто няма как да не предизвикат любопитство да си поговорим малко повече. Минаваме на английски от тук нататък до края на епизода. Естествено, надяваме се, че нашия е достатъчно добър, за да се справим и да не се изложим пред чужденците, както се казва в старата клиширана реплика. So guys, welcome to Crossover. It's the Bulgarian basketball podcast of the Bulgarian League. Thank you for your time. How is it going? I guess it's a good feeling to be sitting on the top of the Bulgarian League.
Yeah, it feels good. We've been working hard every day in practice, and it translates in the games, and we have good chemistry, a good coach, a good all around everything. So right now everything feels great.
You know, like Sean says, because we've been practicing hard, competing, and the chemistry is there. Everybody really, kind of meshes well, and everybody has their role. And coach trusts everybody to, come out and play their game and have confidence in themselves, and it's been paying off so far.
Травис Макконико то Шон Смит. Това е комбинацията, която всички коментатори на българския баскетбол все по-често ползват. Две от звездите на Черноморец Бургас са в кросовър. Любо, кажи ми, какво беше първият път, когато коментира, докато ти заби камерата и отново не те виждам да се движиш? Кажи ми, какви бяха първите впечатления, когато коментира първия мач на Черноморец Бургас тази седмица?
Аз първо Черноморец ги гледах на турнира в Пловдив. Бяха буквално, мисля, 3-4 дни след като се бяха събрали, и тогава ми направи впечатление, ние ще си говорим в разговора, защо пък този играч са го пускани да играе на позиция 1? Говоря за Травис Макконико. Травис, we're just explaining about you playing position 1, something we are going to discuss in a few minutes. И след това, последствие, и с Мишко Питанов си говорихме, и с Васко Евтимов разбрахме каква е голямата идея на тима. Сега ще дискутирам, вярвам, че ще е интересно и на зрителите, но наистина първото ми впечатление беше това. Мисля, че Шон Смит беше контузен, или поне беше след контузия да не направи добър мач в Пловдив. След това, вече когато започнаха официалните мачове, нещата изглеждаха различно. Наистина Черноморец е в най-добра форма, определено от всички отбори, и се вижда и на терена, и те момчета говориха и за химията, която имат в отбора, което също си личи отчетливо. Така че може да започнем директно с въпросите към тях.
Връщаме се на английски за всички да е ясно. We're going back in English until the end of the conversation. So guys, what's the weather in Burgas right now? It's chilly here in Sofia, but being on the seaside, it's probably better, even in the winter.
This morning it looks like it's clear. It's a little warm, but a little windy, but the last couple, 3-4 days was real rainy, cold, but it's a good weather here. I like it. I like it here. I don't know how you say Sofia is a little cold. Here's some days cold, some days warm. It's basically like that.
Maybe Travis' opinion is more important, as he was born in Florida, then he played in Scandinavia, now in Burgas. How's the difference between being raised up in Florida and then playing in Finland?
Yeah, Finland and Sweden. It's definitely, two different types of environments. In Florida, we're the sunshine state, so it's not always sunny. We have our daylight savings time, in the winter it gets darker earlier and whatnot, but for the most part, it's sunny throughout the winter. It's sunny through almost year round. And in the Scandinavian countries in Finland and Sweden, when I got there, you know, we're there for the winter season. So it's really, really dark, you know, probably about 13, 14, you know, in the day, the sun setting, you know, there's, you know, it's going to be dark up until probably the next morning. So it's a lot of darkness, and it's a lot of, you know, just getting used to, you know, being in that darkness and the cold. It's the winters are very, very long. The winters in Florida only last about 2 or 3 months. You know, they're not very long. So it's definitely different.
And let's talk ball right now. And I'm very curious to know about your basketball background. And Sean, how did you fall in love with the game? How it all began for you?
Sorry, Sean. Before continuing, may I first ask you something else? Do you know what is the I forgot the word in English, but the logo of the NBA and the logo of ACB League? What is the common thing between them? I mean, what is the common thing between your father actually and Jerry West? This was supposed to be my question.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
I did my homework.
A lot of people in Spain don't know that, but I think they changed the logo 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, they changed it. Just to tell the viewers, you know, Jerry West is the logo of the NBA. Everybody knows this. The ACB League logo, at the beginning, it was a, let's say, a motion or a picture or something like this. The logo is the one of the father of Šon Smit. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know until I turned like 14, 15, and I mean, my dad told me, but I didn't know that. But yeah, it's nice. It's a lot. Like I said, a lot of people don't know that. I'm surprised. I don't know where you found it at. I don't know. You look at Google or
Google.
That's impressive. Because
I was reading some stuff about you, of course, preparing for today, and check he's the son of Mike Smith. Of course, I didn't know who Mike Smith is. Then I checked. I saw he was playing in Juventud when they become European champions in '94. I guess before you were born.
Yeah, I think it was 92, maybe 92.
I think it was 94 because I watched that game. I remember it on TV.
Oh, maybe,
Then I started reading in Spanish. I know a little bit Spanish, so the logo of ACB, so on. Then I saw he was playing in the Spanish national team, which actually was a surprise for me as well. So basically, on the question of Dejan, how did you start playing basketball? I think the answer is obvious. Or not so much.
The thing is, I started playing football. I started playing football until I was 9, 10 years old, like most people in Spain.
But European football, not American football.
No, I don't play American football. That's too rough. I don't do that. I don't want to get hurt. And when I turned 10 years old, I tried basketball, and I fell in love with it. I mean, I like every kid, a lot of kids want to be like their dads and follow their steps. And I slowly started getting into basketball. And well, I mean, like I grew too much, so I mean, I was not gonna play football. I just kept playing basketball, and I live from it right now. Like I play basketball professionally. I went to college in the States, and it's a great sport. I love it.
Travis, what about you after Lubo successfully messed up my question? Hopefully now he's gonna be quiet, because you guys have chemistry in Burgas, in Черноморец, in the Sharks, and me and Lubo, we're still working on ours.
Yeah, it's all right. Actually, I didn't know that about his dad either. So I mean, it was cool for me to figure that out. He never told me that, so that was new for me too. But I mean, I've been playing basketball since I was really young. It was kind of like my first love. You know, I mean, like most other kids, you know, I grew up playing other sports, American football, baseball. You know, I used to do some type of like extreme sports to say. But basketball was always like my number one love and what I, you know, love to do. So I think up until, you know, I started when I was 4 and up until now, you know, it's been nothing but love for the game. It's obviously gotten me where I am today. It's now my profession. So, I mean, you know, I've given most of my life to basketball, you know, so I really respect the game and I love the game.
What kind of extreme sports? You said extreme sports.
Yeah, so I used to skateboard a lot. Like when I was young, probably like up until I was like 13 or 14 years old. And then I used to ride motorcycles. So I used to dirt bike a lot, like motocross. And surf a little bit, but yes, the sports like that, like I think they're called extreme sports in the States.
Yep.
When did you guys decide that you're going to do this professionally for a living? I mean, when playing in college or before or after?
So when I was young, my dad always told me that when I was 18 years old, he was going to kick me out of my house. So he wanted me to go to. He said you gotta have a college degree. So I graduated high school. I played, and I wanted to go to college. So I just decided to go to school in the States. Graduated. I did my 4 years of basketball there, and after that, I decided I wanted to keep playing basketball professionally. And that's what I'm doing right now. Is like you say, you travel a lot with basketball, playing different places, and that's unique.
I think that, I mean, growing up in the States, you know, we always are very uneducated about, you know, European, you know, Europe and just the other continents, the other world. Like, we only know really the USA. So, like, growing up, I only thought that the NBA was really the only professional, you know, place I could play. So that was always my goal. And then when I got up to, like, high school and realizing that I'm a senior in high school and I have no college offers, I started thinking, like, okay, you know, NBA is probably not going to happen. I mean, there's still a small chance, but, you know, it's not as realistic. So then I started looking, you know, how to play professionally. And I ended up, you know, asking some teammates and some coaches and, you know, finding out about European basketball and you can, you know, play overseas and stuff like that. So I really decided to play professionally my sophomore year of college. That was when I first really kind of planned it out and started doing my research about what I was going to do after college.
Let's talk about the summer of 2023 and the way things happen. Take me through the process of becoming a Черноморец Burgas Shark. Both of you, of course. How did that process become reality?
For me, last year, well, I was playing Madrid and Estudiantes in the second division in Spain. And for me, the past 4 years in Spain, I have not been playing real well. I know I'm a much better player than I've been the last 4 years, so I wanted to get out of Spain for 1 year, get my confidence back, and work on my other stuff. And that's something that I lost back in Spain and ACB and let go. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I signed here in Bulgaria. Coach called me. He's a coach that loves players. He's a player's coach. He gives you a lot of freedom. He works with you. And that's why I came here. I want to win here in this team. I want to become a better player. And also try to become more of a leader. That's something that I've never been. I've always been more of a follower. So that's why I thought Burgas was a good opportunity for me. We also had the chance to play FIBA Euro Cup. Didn't go well. But like I said, I do want to keep improving as a player. And I feel like Burgas here is a good spot to be at this year.
Travis,
Yeah.
your process, did Coach Big Vas call you or maybe somebody else?
Yeah, no, Coach Voss was definitely, he was the first person that called me, besides my agent, when, you know, he called me and told me about kind of the interest that I had. But I mean, leaving Sweden this year, you know, it was, you know, I had some offers after the season. I kind of had a decent season out there. You know, it wasn't like I was top of the league or anything, but you know, I did what I could. And we, you know, my team made the playoffs, but we lost in the first round. So after this season, I had a couple of offers to play in Austria, Portugal, Romania, stuff like that, but they were all kind of like the lower level teams in the leagues to say. So, you know, I kind of wanted to go to a team that was going to be competitive in their league, that was going to play in European qualifications like FIBA Euro Cup, you know, Champions League, so on and so forth. And so it was actually really late in the off season. Actually, it was like, you know, the end of August when Voss called. So he kind of came in out of nowhere. You know, everything sounded great. Me and my teammate Ladarian Griffin are actually from the same city. We're both born and raised in Jacksonville. We grew up together. We've known each other since we were kids. Been playing against each other for forever. And he kind of expressed interest in both of us. You know, we were both working out in the gym at the time together. And, you know, our agents had told us that, hey, there's this team in Bulgaria that wants to bring you and Ladarian over as a package deal. And that's my guy. So, you know, everything sounded good. And, you know, me and Voss really clicked. And me and Coach Mishu really clicked as well. So everything just sounded like a good situation. And yeah, I decided to take it.
And how much of an influence did the fact that Vas, his background, you know it very well, I guess, and you checked it before, I mean, where he played, how much of an influence did this have in your decisions, both of you?
Yeah.
Well, he had a long career, successful career. He also played in Spain, so he knows how the basketball is in Spain, and he knows how everything works in the professional world. And like I said, he's a player's coach. Like, he's gonna give you freedom, and that's what a lot of players need to get their confidence back and improve the player. So and the thing about me is that I signed real late too. Like, I signed first week of September. I was doing preseason in Malaga, in Spain, and he called me. He said, "I want you here. I want you to take the next step." And when you hear that from a coach, you gotta take the offer and just do it.
Yeah, for me, I think that, having a coach that has kind of the resume that Coach Voss has, definitely had an impact. I mean, growing up, I was always a Tar Heel fan too, kind of ironically. So seeing him go to UNC, I was like, oh man, this guy got to be the real deal if he went to North Carolina. He got to know something. And then obviously, he had his playing career throughout Europe. And I mean, I just figured, this guy's been all the places, I want to go in my career, as far as Euro Cup, Euro League, making it to some of the top countries in Europe to compete at the highest level. So, I mean, that was kind of like a no-brainer for me, being coached by somebody who's been there. Even though he's a big, he kind of specializes in the big, I think he has a good feel for the game, as far as guards, bigs, forwards. And just him being a player's coach, like I said earlier, he really just builds a lot of confidence in his players. Him used, formerly being a player, so I think that definitely had a huge impact on my decision.
Was rebounding the first word he said?
Yeah, definitely. Like before he said hello or anything, he was like, "I need you to rebound." That was the first thing.
And Sean, do you have some sessions with Big Vas on the court for post-up moves? One-on-one?
Yeah, we do. I do it all the time. He goes with the guards. I gotta do it with him. Yeah, he try to teach us a lot of moves in the post, and we try to slowly put them in our game. And you can tell he knows about basketball. You can tell he knows his things around the rim, the finishing touches and rebounding and the toughness. And that's great. That's a great thing about coach.
And Travis, Lubo already mentioned something interesting about the guard play, and probably you should talk more and we should listen more. But as far as we know and we follow, that you mainly played at the 3 position in your career. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me more about the process of being the main non-ball guy in Черноморец this season. What is the transition for you personally and the work you've put in with Misho Kapitanov and the whole process in the team? Because it really feels when we watch you like it's coming natural to you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So, I mean, throughout my playing career, I've for the most part been a forward. Been on the wing. I mean, I've had a couple coaches like my second year in Finland. My coach there, he kind of let me play, moved me to the point and let me play the 1, but it wasn't kind of be my first season, where I'm like playing point guard full time. I mean, even last year in Sweden, I started at the 3 position, so I started at forward. And, usually in the fourth quarters, my coach would take our point guard out and move me to the point guard. But, it was never like I had to, run a team, for 4 quarters, a whole game at the 1. So, I mean, it's been working, obviously. I mean, but credit to my team for the most part. I mean, anywhere I throw the ball around the rim, this guy's probably going to catch it. LD's been great. Tony Trosh has been, great pick and pop and just kind of guided me, as a teammate, letting me know where he likes the ball. Our captain Itsu has been, phenomenal with just leading us as a whole, as a team. But yeah, I think it's, also Coach Misha who kind of trusted me and saw me, to be a point guard before the season even started. I mean, I remember my agent telling me like, yeah, their assistant coach is really raving about you and wanting you to play the 1. And I didn't really plan this offseason to come overseas and play the point guard full time. I mean, I kind of am like a combo guard, on the market. But yeah, like I said, Coach Mishu just, trusted me and saw something in me to play the one. And so, he was like, yeah, I want you to play point guard full time. And that obviously played, a little bit of my decision to come here as well.
Is Coach Misha a competition for you during the practices? Is he playing?
No, he's too small. I'm a big guy. He's really good. He definitely's taught me a lot, though. He can pad, he has a really good feel for the game as well. I mean, he's taught me a lot since I've been here. He teaches me when to pick my spots in the court, how to get guys involved. So he's definitely been a huge help since I've been here.
Let's talk about the Bulgarian league as far as the competitive level, the things that you're most impressed, most surprised that you saw here in Bulgarian league.
The most surprised in the Bulgarian league.
I mean, for me, I think that the physicality, has been, me coming from the Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Finland. I think that, this Eastern style of basketball is definitely a lot more physical, especially from, how the referees officiate the game, how teams pick up full court and, full court pressure, rebounding, defense. The game overall is just really physical down here. And I think that the refs do a good job of, letting us play and letting the game kind of come to us. They're not so quick to call tic-tac fouls, which, I mean, it allows you to, be a little bit more aggressive. And I've grown to like it so far being here. I think it's definitely something that we have to adjust to still. But that was like the first thing that kind of stuck out. I was like, oh, these teams down here are really, really physical.
For me, I feel like, I guess that in Spain it's mostly like a half-court game. You just play 2 plays on tactical, and over here it's more like keep running, speed running all the time, which can get real tiring. Can get real tiring because I like running and everything, but sometimes I get tired too. But that's definitely the biggest change I experienced.
Sean, what about your playing position? As Coach Misha told us, they're using you at the 3 and the 5, I guess, at times, depending on the opponent. But what do you like to play the most? How did you grow up playing? At what position?
My favorite position definitely between the 3 and the 4. I'll do the 5 because we do like, I'm not gonna say small ball 5 because there's not a lot of real tall centers in the league. But I guess I do it. If I play the 5, I still can do things as an outside player. I can help run the plays and everything. But my natural position the last couple of years is the 4 and the 3. But like I said, I do more of the 5 this year. Because also I'm athletic, so I can use that as an advantage for the team.
So I'm athletic. Yeah, I think they know that.
We have noticed that, Mr. MVP of the
Yeah.
first month of the season. We have noticed that you're kind of athletic.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So now they use me, of course, they use me a lot for cuts and lobs and whatever. But I like doing a lot of things. I like posting up, playing one-on-one. The one thing that I'm doing much less this year that I want to start doing again more is taking my shots. But if they're not falling right now, eventually, hopefully, it starts falling, free throws and everything. But that's something I gotta get my confidence back. But I just try to be an all-around player. Even if it's at the 3, the 4, the 5, I try to play defense, play offense, be the best rebounder in the court, try to be the best defender, a good passer, and that's the type of player I want to be. I don't want to be the top scorer because that's not me. That's not me. I'm not a natural scorer. Like maybe Travis is or someone is. But I want to be the best in the court, doing what I do the best, which means being the best rebounder, being the best defender, being the best shot blocker, be the best player in fast breaks. So that's the type of player I want to be.
Given the fact that you're athletic, as we've seen already, when I spoke to Itzo, your captain, he was my guest here, he told me when he was 17, he dunked over Mike Batista in Panathinaikos. And we heard stories that you dunked over Marc Gasol. Is it true? Or
me? Oh, Marc Gasol?
Yeah.
I didn't say no. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Mishu told us something.
I dunk over some important players, but not no Marcus. So I never played against Marcus. So I'm not jumping with no Marcus. So I've seen him in person. He's too.
Yeah.
Nah. I know. Kostas Konstantinov. He dunked on Marcus 2 years ago. I remember that.
We didn't know that.
He did dunk on him. Was it Mark? Yeah, I think he dunked on Mark. Yeah, 2 years ago, for sure.
He's from Burgas. You know that?
Yeah. I heard. He's a good player. He's young, so he's eventually gonna be like a real good player in Europe.
You're always in the top 10 place of the Bulgarian league round after round. So do you have any favorite dunk or favorite play that you guys had in this short span in Bulgaria? Maybe a play that's your favorite?
I feel like the play, the lob that he throws the most and I do the most is maybe the reverse when he throws it and I catch it and reverse it.
Yeah.
The thing that I started doing that last year, but I maybe did it like 1 or 2 times in my life. And now this year, I did it like 2 times. It just comes natural. He knows that he just throws it whatever, and I'm just gonna catch it and do whatever. I mean, but my favorite dunk all time, I haven't done it yet. It's a 360. Hopefully, if I steal the ball, I'll do a 360 one day. If I have the chance, hopefully.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I thought it was funny because the first 3 games of the season, we didn't start, but at some point throughout the game, I threw him a lob and he caught it reverse. And this is like my first time ever playing on a team, where I could throw the ball, and he catch it like that. I'd say my favorite one of the season so far, I have one particular, was when we were playing Real Ski at home. And it was a fast break. I think I did an in and out and I spun. And I saw Sean on my right, and I threw the lob for him. And when I threw it, like in my head, I was like, "Oh, that's way too low. Like, there's no way he's gonna catch it. Like, it's about to be a turnover." And I saw the ball was probably, it wasn't no higher than where my head is off the ground. And he caught it like this, and he reverse dunked it and hung on the rim. And I got an assist. I got really hyped for that play. So that was probably my favorite lob of the season.
And Travis, if you have to pick. What do you prefer? A buzzer-beating 3, step back 3, or dunking on someone's head?
Oh, no, I like dunking on people. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do it too often.
But if you dunk on someone, you just go do this for 5 seconds to get back in defense. If you hit a buzzer beater, you can just run around the court and just do some dumb, stupid stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's because I think I've hit a couple buzzer beater 3s throughout the season so far, and I've only dunked on, I guess, kind of one person. So I guess it's like I'm so used to hitting 3s, I don't really, I wouldn't say that. I'd rather dunk on somebody.
I mean,
let's say
he shoots and makes way more 3s than I do. So it's opposite for each one of us. I already dunked on a lot of people, so I want to do something different.
Yeah.
We saw a picture a few days ago. One of your fans posted it on Facebook about a lot of people in the line waiting to get into the gym for the game against Balkan. Do you guys saw that? How do you feel with the fans in Burgas? Do they stop you on the streets asking you something if you, of course, are able to walk around the city? What is your impression from the fans, and do you interact with them in some way?
Happened to me a couple of times where I go to the supermarket and some random person just comes to me like happy like that. I'm like, I look at them because I don't speak Bulgarian, so sometimes people look at me, of course, just because they don't see a lot of like black people or whatever. So sometimes I'm like, okay, but he did like that. I was like, oh, you must be a fan or something. I don't know, but I mean, it maybe happened 1 or 2 times. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, Burgas isn't too big, so everywhere we go, whether it's a restaurant or something, you might see a child or some fan, of the club. It's happened a few times, but I mean, I think that our fans, when at the games, just say that they're fantastic. They're really loud. They're always on their feet whenever plays are made. So I think our fans are fantastic so far. Through my experience, how you get more people to come to games and, build kind of like the basketball community as you win games. I think by the time, we make it to the playoffs and hopefully the championship, I think that the fans will be, by then 10 times what they are now. And I just hope they, it continues to grow.
And do you guys already have like some favorite spots in Burgas outside of the gym?
I love Happy. That's my spot.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
go to Happy maybe once or twice a week at least.
That's the best spot, especially for me, like food, because they got a lot of seafood. They got different type of things. So, like, and it's like you said, it's a happy spot. So,
In the first month I go to the sea a lot because it's so close, but a little too cold now.
yeah.
And what about the best thing and the worst thing here in Bulgaria for you guys, but not basketball-wise, everyday life? We already talked about what surprised you in a good way or in a bad way, in the basketball-wise in your career, but let's talk about life.
Go ahead.
You go first. I'm trying to think. He said the thing that surprised me the most.
Yeah. So I'll say the best thing. I think that the food over here is insanely cheap. You know, like meals. So I mean, coming from Finland and Sweden, like the standard of living up there is so high and the food is so expensive. I mean, we can go to a restaurant here and I can get, 2 meals for probably like 22 leva, and that's like 11 euros, and you have, a meal for now and a meal for later. So I think that the cost of food has been, one of my favorite things. I eat a lot and I've been eating out a lot. So that's been really good. I'd say something that surprised me. Oh man.
In a bad way.
In a bad way? I'll just say some of the looks. Like I feel like people out here, like Sean said, they really get like shocked at you, like seeing you, like, I don't know, just somebody different, obviously. Like in the countries I've been in, like they usually look, like they want to get to know you. Like there's obviously you're gonna get stares wherever you go. You're different, you're gonna get stares. But like, in Sweden and Finland, it was like the stares were like they're like kind of shy and they want to talk to you. Here it's like people like they stare at you like they want to hear you talk. They want to know where you're from. Like, hey, who are you? Like, where'd you come from? So I'd say that was kind of shocking at first. But I mean, I just drasty and keep it moving. Just say hi, keep it moving.
The only thing I do when I go to the supermarket, the only thing I say is carta, because I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing.
No
But
cash
like he
payments for you.
He said, but like he said, for me, the most shocking thing for sure is how cheap the food is. Because like I said, Madrid too, coming from Madrid, for what I spend in a dinner in Madrid, I could have 2-3 meals here in Burgas. So that's a great thing for me for sure. And the food here is good too. And in a bad way, I don't know. I hear every morning I hear this alerts. Now because the alarms, because tsunami alarms, the prevention thing, it gets me a little nervous. It gets me a little nervous. I don't like that.
Your camera is working. Is your voice all right?
Yeah, I'm not interrupting you. So that's why I'm so silent. I was going to forget to ask Sean about Emil Stuyov. As you already mentioned Kostas, but you played with Emil in Estudiantes. What's your opinion about him? And did you give him some advice, or did you ask him before coming to Bulgaria?
The thing about Emil, he's a great guy. But we play Estudiantes, but he was there for 2 months, and then he loaned out to another team. But like, no, he's a great guy. He's a hard worker, and he's gonna have a good career in basketball for sure. He's real physical, real big and strong. And I didn't text him. I didn't ask him about Bulgaria because as soon as I signed, I had to fly here the next day. And I mean, like,
Quick.
no, it happened. As soon as I signed, they sent me the flight ticket. I didn't have time to text nobody. But no, he's a great guy. He's a hard worker. He's gonna have a great career. And you'll see for sure.
Your favorite NBA teams or teams, not just NBA? Probably Sean is some Real Madrid or I don't know.
Is it NBA or you? Because I don't
Doesn't matter.
Because I don't watch a lot of EuroLeague or anything. Neither NBA. But NBA gotta be the New York Knicks. It's tough being a Knicks fan.
I'm a Blazers fan, so
that's
way tougher.
Hey, can I ask you what's the reason you're a Blazers fan? There's got to be a reason. Got to be
Yeah. It is. I was 10 years old. I was playing basketball, of course, very, very low level, and we went to a tournament in Paris. And there I bought a shirt of Damon Stoudemire, who was playing in Toronto. Then obviously I became a fan of him and Toronto. And then when he moved to Portland, I became a fan of Portland, and that's it for now. 24 or 5 years, something like this.
Yeah, it's a sad
suffering.
story.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I feel bad for you, but not really. Me personally, I'm a Miami Heat fan just because I grew up in Florida, and my dad's side of the family lives in Miami, so I used to grow up going to a lot of Miami Heat games. My favorite player is Dwayne Wade, so I kind of love that era when it was, him and Shaq. They won the championship in 2006, and then obviously when LeBron, had his little South Beach stint, I just always loved being a Miami Heat fan.
Yeah, but it's always gonna be Wade County, though.
Always. We don't do that LeBron stuff down there. No, he's not the king in Miami.
He's not king in LA either, I guess, because I'm a Lakers fan and I'm eager to see him retire. Let's put it that way.
Really? I don't know.
You a LeBron hater?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good right now.
Hey, it's great.
I'm not a hater. I'm just ready to move on.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate greatness.
Yeah.
I'm a MJ. I mean, I think MJ is the GOAT, but LeBron is. I gotta admit it. He is the best player all time now. Even though my favorite player is MJ, but
I don't agree with that.
he is the best player.
Just because I'm sitting next to him does not mean I agree with that.
Me neither. I don't know what happened with guys like Magic Johnson, with like guys with Kareem, like Kobe, and
Yeah.
when they got passed by LeBron, I don't know. Maybe I blinked.
I don't think he's past Jordan yet. I can't say he has. I think he's impressive, obviously, because his longevity. I mean, year 21, being, in the shape that he's in, and still being able to do the things he can do. That's why he's so great, but not over Jordan.
Hey guys, we have this tradition with Lubu, with all our guests in the podcast. We are doing two kinds of top fives, with starting fives, not top fives.
Okay.
Let's start with the one that you can combine it and draft it together, or you can do it by yourself. But imagine you're the sixth man in the rotation, and give me the best starting five of all time that you want to play with. Dead or alive, doesn't matter.
Best all time.
That's all time. You're starting five. You're the sixth man.
Yep.
I got mine. I got mine for sure.
You start.
I'm going Magic at the one. This is who we'd want to play with as well, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan. I'm gonna throw Braun in there just because. Doesn't matter. Do we have to do it by position?
Yeah,
So do I need to
five.
pick the traditional four-man right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then I'm going Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal at the five. That's my five.
He basically said most of it. Shaq at the five, Tim Duncan at the four, LeBron at the three. Man, I want to put Kobe and MJ. That means they're not passing the ball. So
Or maybe LeBron's playing the point.
That's true though. Yeah, LeBron the one, MJ, Kobe, MJ, Tim Duncan, Shaq.
Sean, what about your father?
Man,
That's
he all the way in the bench now.
He's out of the rotation.
He had a rotation.
trying to coach.
I'm not a fanboy like that. It's family. It's just family.
About the dinner now? Then.
Yeah, we have another five guests that you want to have dinner with. It doesn't matter dead or alive or basketball related.
5 guests? 5 of them?
Dinner guests.
Dinner guests. They have dinner with.
Oh, but only one.
Not 5.
5. Damn. I'm gonna go Michael Jackson. I think.
Yeah, this one's tough.
You should give us a little more time with that.
He used to ask me this in practice after he was on the show last time, so I've had some time to think about it.
Let him go first.
So I'm gonna put Denzel Washington in there.
I'm gonna say that.
I'm going to throw Michael Jordan in there, of course, because I got to have a basketball player. I'm going to throw Martin Luther King in there just for always, one of the ones that passed away. Who else? I'll probably say I'm going to put a rapper in there. I'm going to put 50 Cent in there. That's my guy. I love his work. And for my last one, I'm going to throw a basketball coach in there. I'm just going to say Pat Riley because that's one of my favorite coaches all time. And now, everything he's done with the Heat, I love that dinner with the guy. So Pat Riley, Michael Jordan, Denzel, Martin Luther King. Who was the other one? I'm missing one.
MJ.
Yeah, MJ. Okay. Yeah, that's my
No
song.
females on your table. I might have to edit it out of the podcast, but no females at the table.
No females at the table. Not at this dinner, no.
I'm gonna go as a singer. I'm gonna go Michael Jackson. Basketball player, I'm gonna go LeBron because I want to ask him about how he takes care of his body and all the businesses he does. I'm gonna go with Samuel L. Jackson as a actor. I'm gonna go with he took Martin Luther King, so I'm gonna go with a soccer player. I don't care. I'm gonna ask Cristiano Ronaldo because he's one of the GOATs. S4. You said what?
Yeah.
He a Messi fan.
Ah,
And number 5, I'm gonna just go like you said, rap. I'm gonna just go JC because that's the most typical. That's the most typical TikTok video.
Who's taking care of the bill for this dinner? Probably
Michael
Jay-Z.
Jordan.
So
Michael Jordan, for sure.
I'm not taking no bill.
I bought enough of his shoes for him to pay for one of my meals. That's for sure. I got some new Jordans.
I got some J's back here.
Right.
Guys, I'm very, very grateful. And with me and Lubo, it was a pleasure for us talking to
Yeah.
you about hoop and not only. So we wish you all the best, a lot of health for you guys, for your close ones, for your families. Keep the good work, and we're very, very proud to watch Черноморец rise up this season. Hopefully we meet again in person someday, and good luck in the next games.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate you guys for having us.
It was a pleasure.